All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Reopening begins here in New York. We're in different phases all across the country. Right here in New York, they're going to be open. Restaurants are going to be open for outdoor dining. Stores are going to be open. Retail stores are going to be open again. Salons, you can get haircuts and nails again done. So little by little, it seems like retail may be bouncing back, but there's still a lot of questions, like there's volatility in the stock market. The left-wing media continues to report about spikes and cases and all this other stuff. The main thing you need to know is the survival rate continues to be quite static, and if nothing else, maybe even going up the survival rate, because they're saying the virus may have mutated. So get out there and start spending some money. But retail seems to have rebounded very well. And joining us right now to talk about that is Bob Golden. Bob is the founder of Trio Organic Fruit and Birch Water. He's also joined by Brian O'Byrne, who's the president of the new company. Bob, let me ask you first. You are an entrepreneur. Your dad was the inventor of the world-famous Snapple iced tea products and tea products. You look at these statistics, national retail sales rebounded 17.7% in May. As people started opening after the lockdown. Do you see this continuing, or do you see a bump here and then it's going to come back to earth?
I do. We are seeing a big bump in sales now for Trio. Since May, the month of June, we picked up thousands more accounts in the areas that we're in. And from all that's happening, we see stores continue to reopen and sales to grow.
Tremendous.
Like in New York, just to jump in here, Bobby. In New York, they said that because of COVID, like about 10,000 accounts shut down because there was the lockdown, then the exodus from the city. But thankfully, this is coming back, and it seems to be coming back at around 500 stores a week. And I think even more so because so many people went back to work just on Monday last week, and it continues to grow. So,
all right. So you got famous genes when it comes to successful beverage brands. What's different about your new product, Trio Organic Fruit and Birch Water? I know you guys are getting some benefits, 4,500 new accounts nationwide. You look to get up to 11,000 by July. But what do our audience need to know? Why do they have to look for the Trio Organic Fruit and Birch Water? What's special about this?
Trio is the modern version of what Snapple was. If Snapple was created today, it would be Trio. It's great tasting, which is something like my family always wanted to make a great tasting drink. It's all natural, organic. It's plant-based. Now it's only 10 calories. It's only 1 gram of sugar, and it's vegan friendly. It has 0 Weight Watchers points. It's everything that the consumer is looking for today.
So I think there's a whole movement here we can see, John, moving to products that are better for you, healthier for you. And moms as kind of gatekeepers, they want their kids to be drinking good stuff. There's no excuse anymore to get, when people say, soda or soft drinks, you get fat on soft drinks. There's no excuse for doing that when you could have offerings like Trio, which, as Bobby said, were all natural, organic, 10 calories, 1 gram of sugar.
And it's a guilt-free drink, 1 gram of sugar, 10 calories.
And it tastes great. Have you tried it, by the way?
I have not tried it.
We'll have to remedy that. We'll send you over a kit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a little scotch and water. On Liquid Lunch, we tend to tip a little cocktail every so often. Maybe I'll do a little scotch and organic fruit and birch water. That might go down
really
nice.
Good as a mixer too. It mixes well with vodka or tequila too.
Yeah, we actually say it's alcohol friendly.
Alcohol friendly. You should come out with the Trio infused club soda with the alcohol in it. Those things are killing it right now.
Yeah, doing
Bob, Bob, let me ask you this: where is the majority of your concentration? I happen to know a lot about Snapple because one of my good friends from high school and college actually bought a Snapple route before anyone even knew what Snapple was, and he's a wealthy man now because of it. He bought it when he was like 22 years old with every last penny he had. Where are you guys concentrating right now? You're back in the New York markets around the country. Where can you find Trio?
Well, we started out with broadline distribution that would take us all throughout the country, but in selling through like the organic channels, we pivoted recently and we went to DSD, which is direct store delivery, and we started out in New York. Pepsi Cola took us on to distribute our products. It was one of the first beverages that they took on that's not a Pepsi brand. And we started with them, and we're doing, sales have been tremendous through them. And we've been branching out throughout the North. We're really trying to branch out throughout the Northeast at this point.
So a similar model from a distribution standpoint, but you're using Pepsi now. You're not selling routes and letting guys build a community brand like when Snapple first came around, right?
We're doing it a different way now.
Got it.
So what we've got, John, is we've got the polar distribution from New Hampshire down to Connecticut. We've got Pepsi for the whole of New York. And then we've got the Canada Dry system from that down to Norfolk, Virginia. And then in the Midwest, we're actually using the Budweiser system because a lot of the beer companies now say, well, we can put other stuff on our trucks, not alone beer. So they're taking on non-alcoholic beverages. So we're kind of doing really well with that.
So a couple things. One of my buddies actually had a huge vitamin water route. Okay. Here in New York and, downtown Brooklyn, big areas, Jetro, big buyers, right? And then little by little, they all just got forced out by Pepsi, but those
Coca-Cola bought that company.
Coca-Cola basically forced all the route owners out. I know a bunch of them who had routes locally, and they kind of have a bad taste in their mouth by, the way they kind of had to get forced into it through a lawsuit. But let me ask you this. I at one time knew this guy, John Ferralito, who had the Arizona iced tea. And he told me a story that when they cut the deal to sell Arizona, they kept some royalties in New York. And when he got the first batch of numbers of how much money they made, they were shocked. And then he found out later that they got to keep all the money they made in New York. So it was like $5 million in a month that they had no idea. Are you guys looking to just replicate that model again, get the distribution, and then maybe flip it out to Pepsi or someone?
I know we wouldn't want to do that. We want to. But if somebody came with a bucket of money, I think we might.
We'll talk to them. Definitely talk to them.
Yeah, well, they're probably going to come with the bucket of money. I'm wondering if you guys have any kind of offering out there. If you're doing any, if you're selling routes or anything. Because this Golden guy, he's got the golden touch. So I have a feeling we're going to all know about this Trio very soon. Is there any way regular investors can get in on this?
We're actually at the moment considering a raise. I mean, initially Bobby self-funded the whole thing, and so now we're considering, in order to prove the concept. He didn't want to take money from people that he knew or whatever until we had proof of concept. So I think what we have that now, and so we are thinking about going out to raise more so that we can expand our distribution even a lot further than we have at the moment.
Got it. You think I've been saying for a while that as I'm a market guy, my background's in short selling. I think with the reduced capacity on some businesses, it's going to be really hard for them to rebound. Just in our last minute here, guys, you see a really vibrant rebound, or you think it's going to be a slow stage?
Personally, I think it's going to be so different. For example, e-commerce is spiking everywhere. So bricks and mortar is kind of, changing. the consumer going into a retail store that's too crowded probably doesn't want to do that. So there are going to be fundamental changes that in consumer buying habits over the next couple of months.
Got it. All right, guys. Well, look, I'd love it if you sent us down some Trio to test out, and I'm happy to drink it and promote it on the show. And if you guys got any news you want to get out there, just let us know. We'll spread the word. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, John. Thank you.
You very much. Bob Golden, Brian O'Byrne, president and founder of Trio Organic Fruit and Birch Water. We'll take a quick break right here and come back, wrap it up for this Money Monday.